Once upon a time in a world of magic, light, and darkness.
When Chika entered the abandoned temple, the air inside was unnervingly still and quiet. The vines still clung to the walls, their creeping tendrils winding around the strange markings in the ancient language. There was no whisper of recognition in her mind like the last time, no strange sense of familiarity. The markings simply appeared as they were, forgotten words of a time long past. Debris and fallen leaves still littered the floor, and the weathered statue stood in its usual place, worn and fractured. Apprehensive, Chika took slow, cautious steps forward, anticipating the eerie presence she had felt before. The whispers, the invisible hands reaching out to her. But as time stretched on, nothing happened. The temple remained silent. The tension she had felt began to lessen, and Chika reminded herself why she was there. Laps. She began to jog carefully around the inside of the temple, mindful of the uneven floor. Her eyes scanned the strange markings, trying to find something, anything that would hint at why this place had affected her so deeply before. But there were no strange lights, no ghostly whispers. With each lap, her breathing grew steady, and her confidence increased. Perhaps her fears had been unfounded. The whispers and hands had only been tricks of her mind, born of fear and uncertainty in this strange place. She allowed herself to feel at ease, maybe even a little foolish for her earlier panic. The more she ran, the more she began to laugh quietly at herself. Maybe this really was what she needed to do. Face her fears. Maybe Master Vanni had been right. It was all part of her training, building her confidence and mental strength. Dueling wasn't just about technique, it was about believing in herself. Then it happened. A flash of memory struck her mind, her little brother, running ahead of her, laughing. She felt it, vivid and real, as though they were playing again, chasing each other through the fields of their home. She could almost see him, the after image of him darting just ahead of her inside the temple. It was innocent, comforting, even as her mind wandered back to simpler days. But then something shifted. His running changed. He wasn't laughing anymore. He was running faster, his tiny legs desperate to carry him forward. His laughter turned to terrified sobs, his voice rising into screams. Chika's heart raced as the vision in her mind turned darker. Blood splattered across his small face, his eyes wide with fear, and then in a sickening instant, his image split, and in invisible slash cleaving him in half. His form vanished and the temple was suddenly filled with chaos. Screams filled her head, the rush of wind, the weight of confusion crashing down on her. Chika stumbled to a stop, her body jerking forward, sending her sprawling to the floor. She gasped, heart pounding, trying to make sense of what just happened. She looked around, breathless and panicked, her hands trembling as she pressed against the cold stone floor. What was happening? Her mind raced, overwhelmed, and then she saw it. The cracks in the floor before her began to glow with an eerie, otherworldly light. It crept slowly, a faint pulse at first, but then it grew brighter, illuminating the temple in an unnatural glow. Chika's eyes widened as she looked up at the weathered statue, which now loomed directly in front of her. How had she gotten here? She had been running laps, keeping her distance from the statue. Hadn't she? Her heart pounded in her chest as the eerie light crawled up from the cracks, casting shadows in strange patterns across the statue's broken form. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Chika's breath came in ragged gasps as the glowing eyes of the statue bore into her. Her mind was spinning with the weight of the whispers. But then came the voice, soft but insistent. You were chasing Gojo. Her entire body went cold at the mention of her brother's name. This wasn't just a memory. It had never been just a memory. The whispers had been with her since she first started running laps. But now they had formed. She looked at the walls, and the strange markings that once seemed incomprehensible began to shift, rearranging themselves before her eyes, slowly forming into words she could almost recognize. Read it, the whisper commanded, louder now. No! Chika screamed, her voice trembling as she crawled backward from the statue, which now glowed with an eerie energy. Phantom arms, faint but undeniably present, stretched out from the statue as though reaching for her. Its eyes gleamed with a pale light, staring deep into her soul. Read it, the whisper repeated, more insistent. Chika, her body shaking, managed to stammer. What happens if I do? The air grew heavy, the phantom hands hovering around her seemed to pulse with a strange power. Lines of communication will open to you, the whisper said, its tone calm, almost reassuring. Chika's pulse raced. Communication with what? With who? She whispered back. terrified. Suddenly behind the statue, the air shimmered and hundreds of phantom figures began to rise from the ground. Their presence filled the temple, and in her mind a chorus of voices clamored, each trying to speak over the other, to tell her something she couldn't understand. The sheer force of it sent her crumbling to the ground, tears streaming down her face. "No," she whimpered, her voice barely a breath. "Why me? Why does it have to be me?" The chorus of voices fell silent, and the lone whisper returned. "Because if you do not accept, we will offer it to the other one." Chika shot upright, eyes wide with horror. "The other one?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Yes," the whisper confirmed. "The one here for the order of the darkness." "The other one?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Yes," the whisper confirmed. "The one here for the order of the darkness." A wave of cold fury washed over her, followed by pure terror. The order of the darkness, their presence had cost her everything. They had killed Gojo, her mother, her father. "No," Chika's voice trembled, her anger bubbling to the surface. "No, they killed Gojo. They killed my family." "Yes," the whisper echoed, almost tauntingly. "And we will offer your family's killers this power if you do not raid." Rage consumed Chika, filling her veins with fire. She scrambled to her feet, her eyes blazing with fury as she turned towards the statue. "How dare you," she spat, her fists clenched at her sides. "You have no decency. You would offer power to murderers? We will offer it to anyone," the whisper said coldly, "if you do not accept." Chika stood frozen, trembling with fury. "How can you call that justice?" She shouted at the phantom arms, at the statue, at the air around her. "What is so special about you? What makes you worthy of anything?" Her voice cracked with emotion, her heart pounding so hard she thought it might explode from her chest. She turned toward the walls, her eyes wide with fear and confusion, and without warning her mouth opened and began to speak. She didn't know how or why. Her body was moving on its own, her voice not her own, but the words spilled out of her, ancient words she had never learned, syllables twisting off her tongue like an incantation. Her eyes darted across the glowing markings on the walls, and she spoke the words with an intensity that terrified her. Line after line, phrase after phrase, her voice grew louder, stronger, as if the temple itself were pulling the words from her. The language was foreign, a tongue lost to time, yet she understood none of it. She tried to stop, but her body was no longer her own. She was a vessel for something greater, something ancient and unknowable. And then As suddenly as it began, it was over. The final word left her lips, and her world spun. Her legs gave out beneath her. She stumbled, falling backward through the temple doors. The cold night air hit her face like a slap, and she collapsed into the overgrown grass outside, gasping for breath. The stars above swirled in her vision as she tried to regain her footing, her head swimming with confusion. She struggled to sit up, her body trembling from the sheer weight of what had just happened. But her legs wouldn't hold her, and she fell again. A scuffling sound caught her attention, and moments later Master Vanni was at her side, kneeling next to her. His face was etched with concern as he gently took hold of her shoulders, speaking to her in a soothing voice. His words were muffled as though they came from far away, drowned out by the whisper in her mind. A whisper that softly, almost kindly, thanked her for accepting the offer. Chika gasped, her breath ragged, her heart pounding. She blinked, trying to focus on Vanni's face, but the world blurred around her. His voice, the night air, the world itself rushed back in all at once, overwhelming her senses. And then, darkness. Her body collapsed into unconsciousness.